Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we are back in again with another Marvel Legends unboxing. And today we are going to be unboxing the Marvel Legends Dark Avengers mini comic wave Daken figure. I am super excited to be unboxing this figure. As you all know, if you checked out my latest Marvel Legends shelf tour of 2025, I'm actually building a Dark Avengers shelf. The figures that I need are, of course, Sentry, Daken, but now I have him. I need Marvel Boy, which I already have all these near me that has Marvel Boy. I just got to pick him up. And I need, was it Norman Osborn's Patriot? And not much other figures than that. I need a good Hawkeye figure. I have my eyes set on one. Actually, I know at another comic book shop that's buying me. So like I said, I have my eyes on some of the other figures, but this was the one I was like, I want to have a good Daken figure, and they had this mini comic wave, and this was the figure I wanted secondly to the Adam Warlock. The Adam Warlock, a part of this wave, was my most anticipated figure, a part of this wave. I've wanted an Adam Warlock figure for a very, very long time, a classic comic one from the Infinity Gauntlet comic. So I was like, I gotta get that, but also I was like, I'm building my Dark Avengers shelf. Let me get him. So like I said, already off rip, I really love the way he looks. And funny enough, I actually ordered the Daken on Amazon. It was supposed to arrive today, but apparently there was shipping. I guess there was like something wrong at the warehouse, so they postponed my ship date to the 30th of this week, which of course is this Wednesday. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna wait for that figure when it was supposed to be here today. So I called my local GameStop, both of my local GameStops, and they both had them. So I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to go pick them up. Funny enough, is actually, the one GameStop is a little bit farther out. I called them first. I tried calling the one closest to me. They didn't pick up. And then I called the other one. They picked up. He put it aside for me. And I called a couple of hours later. And the one closest to me, the one GameStop that's closer to my house, and they picked up and they had them. So I was like, I called the other one back saying, put it up on the shelf. I got it already at my GameStop that's closer, but already off rip. Like I said, it's just a great looking figure. I'm very, very glad that I got it. Here's the front of the box right there. As you can see, we have a head accessory. We have the mask accessory right there, the masked head sculpt. We have just two opened claw right there, fist, which is really cool. And we have one that's kind of like a gripping with no claws open, which is really, really cool. And we have, like I said, the three claw fist right here, as you guys can see on him already. And then we have the mini comic right there. And of course, here is the back of the box, which is cool. There's like the Dark Avengers comic up there. And there's all the other figures that are part of the mini comic wave, which is really cool. And if you want to learn a little bit about Daken, all you have to do is go right here and it tells you a little bit about him, which I'm just going to kind of put it right there. If you guys want to read that at your own will, pause the video and read it right there. Cool, cool, cool. But like I said, really, really cool box. I love these boxes, the mini comic wave. I really hope they do this for the MCU. Me and my bro have been talking about it, and I just think it'd be really, really cool if they actually did it. Who knows if they're going to do it? I would be down for it. But it's up to Hasbro at the end of the day. But guys, without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. All right, guys, let's pull them out. As all we got to do is take out, like I said, the piece of paper that says Daken right there. Let's move that out of the way. And we should be able to just pull them out, hopefully. There we go, there we go. That one was a little bit rough, but I think I was able to do a pretty good job. Plastic is intact still. Was able to cut it at the bottom. I'm still trying to get used to opening these type of packaging. I don't think I have to do this method with this type of packaging. All I think I have to do is just go around and maybe then just pick it up. But I kind of like the idea. It kind of gives more room doing it like this. The classic way to open up these retro boxes, kind of doing that, you know, the cut up here, cut across, and you're just able to lift it up like so. But pretty good. I did a pretty good job on opening the box. And guys, like I said, stay tuned because later tonight I'm going to be unboxing the Ultimate Miles Morales, a part of the mini comic wave. This figure unboxing is going to be dropped tomorrow. I'll probably put it up as a premiere for tomorrow morning. It might drop around maybe noon, I'm thinking, most likely, so that way everybody has a chance to get up or when you're at school, if you got lunch or something, or you know what I mean, like, or if you're at work on lunch break, you guys can check out the video. So I think what I'm gonna do is drop it at noon, so that way a lot of you guys can check it out, and it's not up too early when I set it as the premiere. But like I said, here is the box without the figure in it. Really, really cool. I like the Dark Avengers artwork in the back. Of course, there is Norman Osborn's Patriot right there. Really cool. And then of course there is Daken right there pretending to be his father, Wolverine. So that's really, really cool. And then we have a cool shot of Dark Avengers Warbird right there. And then we have who else do we have in here? I guess this looks like also like Wolverine in the back right there as well. I guess there's 2 pictures of him right there. That's really cool. I don't know. That's interesting. Or maybe that's supposed to be Hawkeye. No, Hawkeye's in the back. I don't know. That is cool though. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into this real quick. Here is the figure itself, and he looks sick. I love the way he looks. I'm very, very happy with the way this figure came out. I believe they've had a Daken figure before. You guys will have to let me know. I'm pretty sure it was like way back when. But I could be wrong. If I am wrong, okay, but definitely let me know because I can't remember. I'm just glad that, even if there was an older one, we have a better body mold. Of course, I do see the butterfly joints right there, which is really, really cool. Let's get them out. Let's get the extra head sculpt out. And let's get the other... I don't know if I'm going to be using the 2 claw. I think I might leave that in there. Because like I said, he comes with a fist that comes with 2 claws, as you can see right there. And he comes with just a normal kind of gripping hand with no claws right there. I don't know if I'm going to be using them. I think I'm going to have him how he is with all 3 claws out. But he looks amazing. I love the paintwork. I love this brown, too, that they use for the brown suit. It looks really, really cool. It's like almost like a gold brown, like a sort of like a mustardy, kind of like a, not even like a normal mustard, but like it was like a brown mustard. That's what this kind of looks like. I like that look to the suit. It looks really, really dope. Love the tattoos that Daken has on his arm. That's really, really cool. I'm curious. I honestly don't know. I honestly think I'm going to leave him with his mask on my shelf to kind of give it that, like, how it is in, like in that panel where they're all, pretending to be the heroes, and, Daken has the Wolverine mask on and the suit pretending to be, his dad. I do like the idea of just keeping it on because all my other figures I have their masks on and stuff. So I really do feel like that's the one I'm going to have. And he looks good too. Like, look how good that looks. I think he looks great. As you can see, you can even see the individual, like, hairs, because he kind of has some little bit of scruff, some stubble, which is really cool. I like how they did that. Really, really dope. Like I said, if you guys have a problem with the claws, you can easily just use warm water and then kind of just like hold them in place if you want them to be like straight. Right now they're kind of a little bit bent, a little bit all over the place, but I don't know. I might just leave it like that, or I might get some hot water. They're not too bad where they're too warped. So I'm very, very glad. I'm happy they're not too warped. I know sometimes that they can be warped in the packaging or be a little bit of bent on the shipping. But when I got them, the claws look pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. I'm actually going to put them like this so you guys can kind of see what they look like. As you can see those 3 claws. That looks really, really cool. I do like the way they did that. I think it's also unique that Daken has 3 claws. X-23 has 2 claws. And Wolverine has 3 claws, so, but like all across. Well, Daken has one that's kind of in the middle. That's really interesting. I don't know. I'm going to assume, because I don't know much about this character, I'm going to assume he had, like, this is how he has it in the comics with the 3rd claw down there. I'm assuming he has claws like that. You know what I mean? I don't know why they would do that 3rd claw in that place right here if it wasn't like that in the comics. So, you know what I mean? It's really, really cool to kind of see it right there. How we hit, like, you know what I mean, the different claws different Wolverines have. But like I said, really cool. There's the butterfly joints. Really, really sick, as you guys can see. I do like how he's able to kind of do a full kind of like that. That's sick. You can go like all the way outwards like that with the butterfly joints. Looks like full rotation, which is cool. Pinless, of course. Pinless, as you guys can see. Pinless. Thigh swivel. Is he, yeah, look, yeah, he's double, what's the word? I guess, double, He's double joint, double knee, like knee joints, I believe. Double jointed, I think, if that's the word. I think, if I'm correct. For the knee. So that, like I said, that's really, really cool. So the posability with this figure is going to be cool. And like I said, if you know me, guys, I'm not really all into the articulation. It is nice, though, when they do the butterfly joints. I do see why people like them. It's not a make or break for me. For me, personally, when I collect figures, I like just the overall look of the figure, the paint apps on the figure, and just, just the detail on the figure. Once I pose the figure, the reason I'm not really so much into articulation is because, like I said, once I pose my figure once, that figure is going to be staying like that on the shelf. So once I pose him, I might not be posing him again. He might just stay that way. It is interesting to me, though, like, I don't know why Marvel Legends has been doing this a lot lately, but they've been adding pegs on the back. I don't really know what for, because these characters don't have shields or have anything. So it makes me wonder, what's the point of doing this, unless it's just not a new body mold, and maybe this is from the I don't even know. Maybe I don't know if this is the Renew Your Vows body mold, or maybe the what's the other one? I think it's I can't remember on the top of my head, but like, this must be a reused body mold. I'm going to assume, because it just doesn't make any sense for there to be like a peg hole in the back. But like I said, love the painting on this figure. It looks incredible. I'm very happy that I got him. He looks really, really dope. Here, of course, is his other head sculpt, of course, without the helmet. And I think that looks sick, actually. He looks like a badass. I actually do like this a lot. He looks cool. Great, I just want to say, great detailing on the face. I love, again, kind of like dark, like, I guess you could say, I don't even know you would call it eyeshadow, but kind of like dark like eye makeup around the eyes. I do like that a lot. It looks really, really cool. I like how he has his smirk. He's like smirking. That's also really cool. I could see the resemblance, of course, to Daken, and of course Wolverine. Logan, he does look like Logan's son, so that is really, really cool. But yeah, I'm just very happy with this figure. I think he looks incredible. There's really not much else to say. Like I said, here's the mini comic, which I do like a lot, how they added that. And like I said, the way they're able to print these mini comics is really, really cool. Like I said, there is no smudges. It's a clear image, like printed, like the cover print of the comic. It's a clear image. Like, it's so sick to me how they were able to do that. If I can get a good zoom in for you guys, hopefully I can. There we go. Dark Avengers. That's really, really cool. And of course, I don't know if I'm going to have it where like he's holding the comic, which that's what we have this gripping hand for. I think that's honestly how I might have him on the shelf, is maybe holding the comic. What do you guys think? Should I have him holding the comic on the Dark Avengers shelf, or should I have just the comic kind of up against his leg, how I have it for Adam Warlock? I'm curious to know, like, what do you guys think I should do? I'm actually going to take this one hand off, and we're going to put on the, I guess, again, I always forget. It's always the left hand, not the right hand. Especially lately. I don't know why. So let me put that back on. The right hand. Okay, there we go. Let's take off the left one. All right, sick. All right, now he's going to be holding the mini comic, which is dope. All right, that's interesting. I don't know why, but he isn't really able to grip it very well. Unlike Adam Warlock, he was actually able to grip it better. Maybe I'm kind of doing it wrong. I don't know. I don't know if there's really a right way to do this, but he kind of can't hold it. He semi can hold it. There we go. There we go. That's probably as good as it's going to get. Actually, yeah, like I said, that's weird. Interesting. Like I said, guys, you saw in my last video, the mini comic was able to really like fit snug, and it looks like they made his kind of like hand too wide for the mini comic. I don't know, like, I don't know why I'm struggling for him to hold the mini comic. There we go. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, I'm gonna have to mess with this And I might have made my decision for me. Honestly, the figure might have done it for me of not being able to hold the mini comic. Because he's not wanting to hold it. You know, it's going to be the opposite way. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of hold it like that. I mean, he's semi-holding it. There we go. It might fall out of his hand, but that's what that looks like. He might have to be like this, honestly, which isn't a bad pose. Kind of him holding it out like that, pretty cool. You know, with his claw, might make him like this on my shelf. Maybe make it just a little bit outwards like that. Okay, and he drops it. Like I said, the comic isn't wanting to stay. And I don't even know where it dropped to. Okay. All right. That's crazy. I don't know where it went to. All right, give me a minute, guys, while I find it. There we go. Bounced all the way over to the radiator. Okay, look. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to keep messing around with it, but that's how he looks holding the mini comic. Looks really, really cool. Not the best gripping hand for the mini comic. That is a little bit disappointing. Maybe with some hot water I can squeeze the hand, make it more of a grip on that hands by using some warm water and then really making it where he can grip a little bit closer so he has a bit of a better grip. But other than that, I love the figure. Great looking figure. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys think he should hold the comic? The comic should be up against his leg. What do you guys think down in the comments section below? Let me know. Should he hold it? Should he not hold it? Should it be up against his leg? I already made my decision. He's definitely not going to have this head sculpt on. I am going to make it where he has his mask on just because I want it to be that panel where, you know, he has the mask on and it's everybody a part of the Dark Avengers, you know, on stage when Norman is announcing his Avengers and stuff. So I do want to have it kind of like that, like so. We might make him like this, quite honestly. I'm thinking it might be more like this, how he's about, if he's about to attack. Give him a slight bends in the knees. Kind of a bend forward, head pointed, faced up. You know, the traditional Wolverine attacking pose. I might just have him like this, quite honestly, on the shelf. That might be how I have them, just like this. But like I said, guys, that was the video. That was the unboxing of the Marvel Legends Daken, you know, mini comic figure. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought of the unboxing. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know, are you going to get this Dark Avengers Daken figure? And also, I'm also curious to know, out of the mini comic wave, which figures did you guys get, or which ones are you planning on getting? I am actually debating or not if I want to get the ROM and also Marvel's Banshee. Banshee is actually, they have a couple of extra ones at my local GameStop, and they also have a couple extra Adam Warlocks at my GameStop, funny enough. But I as of right now, I've only seen ROM twice. And the one time, it was before I saw any of the other figures at my GameStop. They had ROM first, they got ROM in. And me and my bro Troy came back that same day, and then they sold ROM that same day, later in that day. And then the other, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, they had ROM again, and Troy bought them. So I haven't seen ROM, you know, at my GameStop. I haven't seen them lately. I'm hoping maybe they get another one in. But also online on Amazon, that figure is charged from 35 to up to $60. You know what I mean? You know, because people it's secondhand through Amazon, and people are charging from like I said, from 35 to $60. And I don't really want to spend that much, especially on ROM. The figure would be cool to have. I just don't want to spend that much on that figure. But like I said, they got a whole bunch of Banshees and a whole bunch of Adam Warlocks at my GameStop, and I'm actually thinking about getting Banshee. I don't know. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I shouldn't. Because like I said, I'm planning on getting that 3-pack with Psylocke, Banshee, and Gambit for the Uncanny 3-pack that, you know what I mean? Because I already got the Uncanny, Rogue, Jubilee, and Forge 3-pack. So a part of me is kind of hesitant on getting Banshee because I'm already going to be getting a Banshee. So I don't know what I should do about that. But like I said, that was the video. Like I said, stay tuned tomorrow for my Ultimate Miles Morales, mini comic wave, unboxing. Like I said, it's going to be around noon tomorrow. So keep a lookout. But also, yeah, like I said, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put in notifications, like this video. It'd be much appreciated to have you guys a part of the channel. If you guys, would subscribe. Like I said, I'm really trying to get to 1,200. We're almost there right now. We're at 1,070 something. We're super close to hitting 1,200. So like I said, it would mean the world if you guys could subscribe to the channel and and like the video. It helps out tremendously. But as always, guys, I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.